Alright, so today we're trying to cut a piece of picture frame glass with the xTool F2 Ultra UV. The settings that I'm starting with are 30% power, 3 millimeters per second. I'm going to do 5 passes with a frequency of 40 kilohertz. And let's just see how this goes. As always, have some filtration set up because you don't want to breathe in glass particles. So we're about to get this started, and it's just going to be an outline of a logo. Let's see how it goes. I've got no idea if this is going to heat the glass up so much and cause it to crack or shatter or what. So this is a good learning experience for all of us. If after 5 passes it doesn't cut, we may bump the power up to 100% and see what that does. Now, I did focus this with a piece of paper on top of that glass, so it's actually properly focused. As of right now, it doesn't appear to be marking the glass at all either, so it looks like we're probably going to end up bumping the power up and seeing what that will do. And this is not the lens for the inner engraving either. This is just the regular field lens. So it looks as though we've got about a minute left. So again, that was at 30% power, 3 millimeters per second speed. So it appears we're going to have to do something a little bit higher power and see how that goes. Alright, so I'm changing that right now. We're just going to bump it up to 100 and try and run it again. Maybe we'll go with 5 millimeters a second just to speed it up a little. But we ought to be able to see whether it's going to do anything or not. Well, it's definitely marking the glass at 100% power. So again, this was set to do 5 passes, and this is at 5 millimeters per second at 100% power, 40 kilohertz frequency. Looks like it is causing some cracking from the heat, I think. Or maybe I'm just seeing something else. Definitely looks like it's cracking though. I will probably rerun this experiment again with the same power but a much faster speed to see if we can still get through the glass without actually making it crack. It'd be kind of cool to be able to cut out glass. So I have learned my lesson with lasers in the past. You don't touch anything that'll retain heat directly after you've worked on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to move that logo down, and we're going to rerun the same test with a higher speed and several more passes. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to get it moved down to a different spot. Let's frame that to make sure. Yeah, I think that's good. So we're going to do a speed of 30 for the cut, and we'll do, how about 30 passes as well? Okay, here we go. So it's 100% power, 30 millimeters per second for the speed, and still that 40 kilohertz frequency at 30 passes. Let's see here. So we're about 2 minutes to go. Yeah, I'm not sure the depth that that is cutting. But so far, things don't look to be too bad. You can tell a distinct difference in the lines too, versus the speed. The first attempt had a lot thicker line all the way around, but that's all the extra heat build up. Okay, that didn't quite get it through. So we're going to do slightly slower speed and half as many passes, because I think it's going to work. So I did it at 20 millimeters per second, 15 passes, still 100% power. And who knows, it may not end up working. I'm going to see if I can get an angle to see how deep that's actually cutting. Man, it looks like it's almost through. I don't know if it's going to or not. I'm trying to look in through the edge of the glass here, and it looks like the laser's almost kind of zapping on down through the bottom bit. We should know when it actually breaks through, just because that piece of glass is raised up off the riser just a smidge. The reason for that is on some test pieces I've done in the past, there were clear marks on the glass from where the laser had passed over where the riser was touching, and I couldn't remove them, but I don't have everything under the sun to remove that stuff. Man, it looks so close. I'm gonna try once more at those same settings. Alright, well, it did not cut all the way through. It looks like it wanted to. I'm committed to this, so we're going to try one more thing here. We're going to drop it down to 10 millimeters per second. And just see what happens. Let's see, process, start. Oh, whoops. Start. So yeah, 10 millimeters per second, 100% power. I just hope it doesn't crack or break the glass. And this very well may not work. This could be just something that you can't do unless you're willing to sit here for a long, long time. And that's okay. That's part of learning the limitations of the machine. So this last run, again, it's 100% power at 10 millimeters per second. I believe we're set at 15 passes at 40 kilohertz. And we're just trying to cut the glass out. Now, I did try and use material settings for this, but apparently there are no material settings pre-installed for cutting this. Whenever I selected the glass, it was set at 1% power and 15 millimeters per second, one pass and 40 kilohertz. And as we can see, with more power and more speed, less speed, same kilohertz, it's not quite making it through. But the good news is it doesn't look like this is cracking the glass yet. So in my books, that's a win. So it looks like we're pretty much on the last pass. This says 14 seconds to go. I imagine it'll be finished here in just a second. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and still put an engraving on it. Just because Now the engrave settings are defaulted to 80% power, 200 millimeters per second, one pass, 300 lines per centimeter, and a frequency of 40 kilohertz. I think we're just going to go there and see what that looks like. And I did disable the cut function for this. So we're definitely going to have to change the engrave settings. Now most likely it's going to do a crosshatch. I think that's what that particular image is set to. So I'll increase the power, decrease the speed a little bit, and see where it goes from there. So looks like we're going to do 80 power, or 90 power rather, and 65 speed. Let's see how that works. Yep, looks like it's marking it just fine now. Mostly just fine anyway. Looks like the lemon with lemon made is still not quite completely showing up, but not too bad. We'll have it do one more pass and see if that doesn't fix it. We'll probably actually have it do two more and make sure that one of them's a crosshatch, because it doesn't appear to be marking everything the way we would like. Yeah, it looked like it was marking some of it just fine, but it's really missing quite a lot. Now, I don't know if a crosshatch is going to remove all the surface fractures on that or not and just make it look really kind of crummy or what. Guess we'll find out in a second. We'll bump that up to, we're going to bump the power to 95. Leave this, since it's going over it twice, we'll bump the speed up to 70. So our power is 95, speed is 70. It's going to be one pass, which will actually end up being two because of crosshatch. And then we're at 300 lines per centimeter and 40 kilohertz frequency. Let's see how this goes. Well, it made the dude look a little bit better. Yeah, it's still not marking much on the left-hand side at all. You can see it's adding a few marks that weren't there from the last pass. But overall, it doesn't look like it's really wanting to do it. But we're going to at least let this run finish, and then I've got some stuff that I've got to do. So I'm going to have to call it quits for today after this is finished. Yeah, it's not even marking where the laser's at right now. There it started. Yeah, it's just not going to do it. And it could be the quality of glass. I mean, I did only spend $1.50 on that picture frame. Oh, speaking of, it just broke it. Now we know. Alright, time to call it quits. That's done.